WrestleMania 41 is here. Let's talk about it. Night one, we got 7 matches, 4 titles on the line. And it's actually a very similar, well, it's the actual same format as night 2 as well on Sunday. 7 matches, 4 titles will also be on the line there. But let's get down to business, all right? Is it going to be yeet or no yeet? Is Jey Uso going to get it done? Is he going to become world champion and take down the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, who lost at this very same event last year to Sami Zayn? Will the Ring General get it done? The World Champion? We'll see. He's been champion since SummerSlam, since he dethroned Damian Priest. And I, for one, I'm a big fan of Gunther. I like him, but I love Jey Uso as well. So I think the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner is going to get the job done here. And I think we see Jey Uso yeet, get it done. Now, how long is he going to be champion? I don't know. Hopefully longer than he was Intercontinental Champion. What was that, 3+ weeks? But I do think he'll hold it for at least a couple of months. But hey, I think Jey Uso gets it done. Let's talk about the World Tag Team Championships that are on the line. And I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to discuss, obviously, who I have winning. But the politics of most of us wanting to see the WWE tag titles on the line here. The SmackDown rendition, that being the Street Profits. Although we do have something to look forward to next Friday on SmackDown. We found out we have a TLC match between DIY, Motor City, and the Street Profits next Friday. So that should be great, but it's not happening at Mania. That said, I'll leave that to rest for now. Let's focus on the World Tag Champions on Raw, the War Raiders, going up against the New Day. Now, this new version of the New Day, these heels that we've seen since the beginning of December, ever since they booted Big E from the New Day. Now, some people are saying maybe we'll see the return of one Big E. I don't know, man. They're saying maybe he's going to come here and mess things up for the New Day and be the reason they don't win. I don't know. I'm not putting any stock into that, although I was hoping to see Big E at the Rumble, I'll be honest. But this may be an unpopular opinion. I don't know. I love the New Day, but I don't see them winning the World Tag titles. And not because they're undeserving, but there's no real honest story going on for the majority of that tag team division anyway. And so I've been saying for months now, if anyone is going to dethrone the War Raiders going forward, let it be the Creed brothers of American Made. I think they've been the only relatively good booked tag team over there on Raw outside of the War Raiders' couple-month tag title reign ever since dethroning Judgment Day. So I'm going to go with the War Raiders just because I just don't think they're going to have New Day win the titles and then what? Outside of a WrestleMania moment, but as heels this time, I just don't see it happening. But I'm going with the War Raiders. Now, we have a matchup here where, as of this recording, I don't know if it's still going to be Rey Mysterio in the match, and I hope he's in it. Because as we saw Friday night on SmackDown, it seemed like he injured his knee when him, Rey Fenix, and Dragon Lee were going up against American Made's Chad Gable and the Creed brothers in 6-man tag action. So I think we're going to get a Rey no matter what. Whether it is going to be Rey Mysterio or Rey Fenix, that's going to be the million-dollar question. Obviously, Rey Fenix would be the quote-unquote sexier option, opposed to just throwing Dragon Lee in his spot, even though Dragon Lee is his counterpart, you know, part of the LWO. Rey Fenix would be a great and suitable replacement, but, you know, I hope that's not the case for Rey Mysterio. Who knows how many more WrestleManias he's got left in him, how many more years he's going to wrestle even. So it kind of alters my options here. I was going to go with Rey Mysterio getting the win over El Grande Americano, who's probably Chad Gable. I was thinking along the lines of maybe Rey wins, unmasks, I think is Chad. A lot of us, you know, some think it's somebody other than Chad. Either way, I was going with Rey Mysterio initially. So look, if Rey is booked for this match, I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio. But if it's Rey Fenix in his spot or somebody else, I'm not quite sure. But maybe they'll even give it to Phoenix. I don't know. I guess whatever Rey shows up, I'm going to go with them getting the win over El Grande Americano. Let's go with match number 4. And quite honestly, not just the most intriguing feud in the women's division going into Mania, but one of the best storylines in all of WrestleMania, quite honestly. And it doesn't involve a title. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I love this new rendition of this heel Naomi we've been getting for the last month or so. Proceed with caution. She comes out with the ring gear head to toe. I love it. With the caution tape, it's awesome. Seeing her and Jade go at it, it was even teased this past Friday on SmackDown as well. They both got involved, and in between that, Rhea, Bianca, Io segment out there. So this is a hard one for me to pick, all right? I want to go with Naomi. I really do. But I just feel as though they're going to go with Jade Cargill to get the victory here. It only makes sense. Her first real big singles opportunity in general, not just on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with Jade Cargill getting the win here. But I will not be even the slightest bit mad or upset if Naomi was to squeak out a victory, even if she's got to do something uncharacteristic of her that you wouldn't see during her Feel the Glow days. It's a different side of her now, and I get it. A lot of the Day One Naomi fans, we get it. So, but I got to go with Jade Cargill. Match number 5. This is for the United States Championship. LA Knight, 2-time U.S. champion, putting his title on the line against Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf. Now, most people would just think right off the bat, if you're even the slightest bit familiar with Jacob Fatu, you would think, hey, Jacob's going to get it done. Boom. Gets his first singles title at Mania. Done deal. Case closed. And initially, I was thinking like most people were. Probably that could happen, but pump the brakes. I know he's all gas, no brakes, but let me just say this. Solo Sikoa, I feel like, is going to get involved in some capacity, and is going to ruin this opportunity for him, which will then probably lead to a match at Backlash May 10th in St. Louis with Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu going one-on-one there. So that's my thoughts. Again, if Jacob gets it done, God bless him. We know he's going to be a great champion, not just in the mid-card, but obviously a future world champion as well. A lot of people are already clamoring for Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu in the main event scene, and neither one are fully there yet. Braun enjoying his IC title reign. Will that go past Sunday? We'll get to that on the next video. But I'm going to go with Ann Still, LA Knight, U.S. champion still. Match number 6. This is for the WWE Women's Championship. We have Tiffany Stratton going up against Charlotte Flair. Will it still be Tiffy time, or will this be number 15 for the Queen? That's the question. It's hard to bet against somebody like Charlotte Flair on any occasion, especially a PLE and, of course, WrestleMania, right? So all those things said, though, I'm still going to go with Tiffany. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a lot more confident in my Night 2 WrestleMania card, which I'll get to in the next video. Night 1, a lot of it's very up in the air, and I feel like I'm making a lot of unpopular choices, but oh well. I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton and still the WWE Women's Champion. Obviously, this build has been a hot mess going into it. Let's hope the saving grace is that this will at least be a good wrestling match, which I think it really should be. But who knows if Tiffany's going to be able to hold on to that title or not. I think it would be I know it would be massive if she was able to do so. So I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton and still. And this leads us to the main event, the triple threat that everybody's been waiting for. We have Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Now, I believe Paul Heyman's supposed to come out with CM Punk, a promise that was made in 2012 or 2013. CM Punk, you're going to main event WrestleMania one day, and I'll be right there alongside you down the way. Now, here's the thing. He may be coming out with Punk and not coming out with Roman, but who will he be leaving with is the major question here in regards to Paul Heyman. He plays a very pivotal role in this whole scenario. So I, for one, think Seth Rollins wins. I'll just get that out of the way. Seth Rollins wins this match. I also do think that there's a very good possibility that Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins will be leaving together. Even if you watch the Hall of Fame late Friday night, well, really Saturday morning, it was the Hall of Fame was on from 1 a.m. Eastern time to basically a little past 4 a.m. Eastern time, and here I am afterwards recording. Anyway, that said, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins weren't sitting very far from one another. I feel like they do these little subtleties for reasons, guys. So I like that. We'll see what happens. But I do think it's all part of a grander scheme that does involve The Rock and the team corporate bit. Could we see Seth and Heyman join the likes of Cena? Could we see a Drew McIntyre involved in this whole stable? That's a conversation for another day when we talk about what happens when I do reviews and such. But I'm going to go with that. So I got Jey Uso winning the world title. I got the War Raiders retaining. Rey Mysterio or Rey Fenix, whomever it is, getting the win over El Grande Americano. I got Jade Cargill defeating Naomi, but I would like to see Naomi win, but hey, we'll see. LA Knight retaining and still. Tiffany Stratton retaining and still. And Seth Rollins getting the win in the main event and possibly leaving with Paul Heyman. So those are my picks for night 1 of WrestleMania, guys. WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Hope you enjoy the show tonight. It's going to be great. And I can't wait for you to check out my next video coming up for my Night 2 picks of WrestleMania 41, taking place on Sunday. Enjoy the show, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button to the channel and hit the thumbs up. All right, hit the like button on this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.